I mean, if I had a sexy gay lover, I'd be listening to him. But, hey, that's my thing.
Yeah,
no one's gonna steal that away from you.
So, how's the weather? It was a solid 65 down here today, and I was in bed all day.
It was a really nice day for December.
Yeah.
Truly beautiful day.
I hate the weather. Can we move on?
I had
I
a
feel like
topic.
it's just
We got
tradition.
it in. We got it in. We needed it.
Yeah.
It's tradition.
Guys, sneak it in real quick.
Did we need it though?
No, ready?
No, you could take it out.
This gave me a transition that I think is perhaps worth discussing. So, I was gonna say that I feel like December as a month gets a bad rap. Like, yeah, we got Christmas and, I guess New Year's Eve technically and stuff like that. But I feel like there's a lot of songs that when they're about December, it's usually about like some air of like unhappiness and stuff like that. And I feel like that's not really fair. I feel like it's way worse around like late January, February after you get past Christmas and there's no like hype thing coming up. The weather just kind of sucks and it's just cold for a while.
Yeah. But at least in January you have like your New Year's resolutions that you're looking forward to.
You think people are looking forward to trying to get to the gym every day and just hating it until they finally stop in like March?
I agree. I think it's like a darker time. Those definitely December does get just scratch everything I say. Just take this all right out. I'm good.
I'm trying to think in my head what's like the worst month if it's not going to be December, because like I would agree that December is not so bad, because it's not the coldest month. You still have some. It's technically still fall now, but like that first snowfall usually happens December, and that's pretty cool. Usually you like that. Obviously, some big holidays for many, and whether or not you celebrate the popular holidays, you still get time off most likely.
It's August. Worst month.
What?
No
late
way.
beach trips, dude. Well, I guess technically September is late beach trips,
No.
but
Not as a
August.
teacher. I like August. You
No,
get half the month
August
off,
means-
and then
Right. But it's the impending doom of school coming back. It's the hottest in August. It's just the worst month.
I always looked forward to school coming back. Like I enjoyed the break. I think what I'm
Nerd.
realizing, hell yeah. I think what I'm realizing is that there's not really a time that I don't like, because the times that I don't like, I like because of the anticipation of the like. I was thinking like, oh, I don't really like February that much because it's like kind of like still that winter time and it's not great. And then I was like, yeah, but then we're getting like hyped up for like March and April when it's gonna get like real nice and the weather's gonna start turning. And I was like, that's pretty sweet. And you might get like a late ski trip. I feel like I don't know. It's all just like the perspective, right? You're just trying to make everything.
I was
seem a little...
gonna make the argument that April is the tough month. But the thing is, oftentimes in April you get a spring break. But that's in college, I guess. I'm trying to think now. Is college March, and then in high school, spring break is
Yeah,
in
I think
April
college
usually.
is typically March for like high tide and stuff. If that's what you're
Yeah.
for.
Well, yeah, even in high school, I feel like, because it depends when Easter falls, but that excluded, I feel like April is kind of like a tease to May. Like May is like it's almost summer, but it's really nice spring. Like there's Memorial Day. It's like kind of getting to the close of the school year, which is nice. Like May's cool, but April is just like, I don't know. It just seems like the bridging the gap between March and May. Because like I like March personally because my birthday's in March.
I was gonna say you can't pick your birthday month, Devin. Come on.
Well, for me personally. Oh, and by the way, having a birthday in March is splendid. It's the best time to have a birthday because you have Christmas, you get some gifts. Now, March isn't too close to Christmas, so you still have a pretty healthy gap that you're still, spreading out the cheer throughout the year. But you get to go over your friend's house and play with all their Christmas toys and then realize like, I should have asked for that. That's really cool. I'll ask for that for my birthday. So you have a couple months to experiment, try stuff out, and then March comes around and then you can get the gifts that you should have asked for Christmas that your friends got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like my grandma's birthday was in January, and I was like, "What the hell? I just got you gifts." Like, I can't think of a new thing. What? How much shit do you want? You're not gonna like it anyway. Just like, why do I have to think of something right after?
Well, I have two notes. The first one being my brother's birthday's today. We talked about that real quick. He turned 17. He's driving now. He's on the roads. Watch out. But like, I wouldn't love to have his birthday because like we celebrate it during Thanksgiving. So like that's nice. At least you have the whole family there, and like that's going to be consistent. But like, you celebrate it a little bit. Like you would have already had a gathering for Thanksgiving. And then it's like before Christmas, so like how the stretch. Your grandma reminded me that I go on a stretch every year where starting December 10th, that's Courtney and I's anniversary. So usually I have to do something nice or get a gift or something. And then Christmas comes around, so I have to get gifts for Courtney. And then there's a little bit of a lull in January, but then February creeps up and I have Valentine's Day, so I have to do something, gift related for that too. And then after February, we have March 5th. That's her birthday. So I have
Oh
to
my
string along.
god.
Yeah, so I have to string along. I have to think of enough gifts around this time of year to sustain me up until March. But she would take March as her whole birthday month if my birthday wasn't in March. So I lucked out that way that her birthday ends March 21st, mine starts March 22nd, and then hers kind of goes on from the 23rd to the end of the month, but that's okay. At least I get a little break in there.
It's a lot of gift giving.
Yeah, but then I'm set from April to November. But that means I'm stressing out right now. This is the toughest time of the year.
I think in general, gift giving is like so difficult, and I don't know if it's that I just like don't think about it often enough, so like I don't have things in mind, but like I don't even know what to get myself. Like people be like, "What do you want for like your birthday or whatever?" And I feel like when you get to like this age in particular, it's like if I want something, I probably just bought it like
Right.
when I realized I wanted it. If I don't like, and then I just don't want many things. Like I feel like I don't know. I don't need that much anymore. I don't know. Like I'm envious of people who are like always hyping up that next like materialistic goal because it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess goals are fun and spending money's pretty easy. So like,
When you talk about getting a good gift, I think there's basically three tiers. And this is good gifts. Obviously, there's tons of tiers: bad, medium, weird gifts.
gag gifts.
But when we're talking good gifts, the lowest tier, but obviously it's still good, so I'm not dissing it, is the one that is convenience. So like, uh, it's something that you would typically buy, or something that like, you know, uh, just helping you out, even though it's not like a gift card, like a Wawa gift card, I would get from my uncle, and that's a good gift because I'm going to use it for sure. Like whether it be on gas or food, like it's a practical gift. Whether it's like alcohol at a white elephant, yeah, probably gonna buy alcohol at some point. So I mean, like, don't hate it. Like it's good. It's convenient. It saves you money and it saves you time. The next step up is the gift that you wouldn't buy for yourself. So like it's something that you kind of want, but you're like, no, I shouldn't. Like, or you'd be embarrassed to buy it, or it's just something along the lines of like maybe that's a little bit too much money for what I'm getting for it. So the practical side of me doesn't want it, but someone else buying you as a gift, now you have it and you're happy. Then the top tier gift is getting a gift you didn't even know you wanted, and then finding out like this is a game changer.
Yeah, I
Where
feel like
did you
that.
come up with this? This is amazing. I'm learning so much about gift giving.
Just off the top of the head here. We're just
Holy
spitballing.
moly.
My ideas are forming as I'm talking. Sometimes I start a sentence, I don't even know where I'm going with it.
I will say, like the top key, like to me, that is the goal of gift giving, which is why I think it's so tough. Is like trying to think of this thing that the other person doesn't even know they want, and you're like, you're gonna love this, and it's like that's just usually so hard, especially because once again, like most of the time, somebody wants something, they just bought it for themselves anyway. So it's like I need to like think about what they should want that they don't know about.
Yeah, I'll throw out some examples there. So, like, one of my favorite gifts I've gotten was my Fitbit, which is something that I didn't know I really wanted or needed. But then once I got it and realized like what it's capable of, like, I mean, I wear it every single day. I upgraded a model. Like, it is something that like I could have bought for myself, but I didn't even know I wanted it. I was like, I think it's cool. I'll try it, but it's a game changer.
Who got you that?
Courtney got me that.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm thinking of gifts that I that I gave. I like. I don't know if I want to say this, but here it goes. It's not that big of a deal. I got Courtney underwear, but it was like me undies, which is very soft and it had Baby Yoda on it, and so like that's something that like she easily could have bought, and we've heard of it because like her cousin Ryan's wife was all into it and telling her, oh yeah, you should buy me undies, they're so cool, and everything. So like that's where that's like the middle tier there.
Me Undies, please sponsor us.
Yeah, or I mean, just give me some undies. I wouldn't mind. They're good. I bought a pair for myself that would match her. So like, I wrapped the gift and I wrapped my gift. I wrapped my undies and put them in her gift. So when she opened her gift, there was a gift that was to me, and she's like, "There's a gift that's to you in my gift." I'm like, "Oh, thank you," and I opened it and it was matching. So it was. It's like, I mean, I don't know how else do you present that? Be like, I got matching pair too. I guess that's fine. I guess you could just say that.
Or you can just show her. Save it and show her. Or
You're
later.
right. I should have put it on, and then when she
Yeah.
opened her gift, got naked, and then
Yeah, you should have had the snap-off pants ready to go.
Unwrap yourself. Late holidays in the year, I think they're kind of just there to like brighten up those darker months, especially with how like dark it actually gets outside early. So I think those holidays are kind of just there to give everybody something to look forward to.
Yeah, that was
Well, that's a hot.
convenient of Jesus to do
I was
that.
gonna say
for us.
that was a hot take. We're celebrating the birth of Christ. I don't think he picked when he was trying
He
to come out. I
said,
guess
no, people are going to be depressed in COVID times. I'm going to make my birthday late December.
2 weekends ago, I was just like, I knew I'd only have like one day off on that Saturday. So I was like, today I'm just like chilling out because I have to work tomorrow. So I think I was just like running some really random errands, like just going to the mailbox. And then I was like, oh, I'll just stop in this smoke shop and see if they had like CBD stuff in the window. And I was like, I'll just get like a real mild CBD just to like actually relax today. So, I went in there and I saw this thing at the counter, said peanut butter cup. And mind you, I'm dressed like as much of a white trash person you could ever possibly look like pajamas, Crocs, and a hoodie. I just looked horrible. So I just like ran in there and I got like one peanut butter cup and got out of there. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, okay. So I got home and I'm like starting my laundry and packing for my trip. And I took the peanut butter cup and I'm like, oh, okay, like I don't feel anything. I'm just a little lightheaded. Like 2 hours later, I was just bombed out of my mind, just like
Also, one
laughing.
peanut butter cup?
Yeah, one peanut butter cup. I was high for like 8.5 hours.
Oh my God.
And I was just like giggling and laughing hysterically and writing out all these really funny skits or ideas for skits.
sounds
And
really relaxing.
I was in the tub, and Kevin comes in and he's just like, I thought you were just shaving your legs in here for like 2.5 hours. I'm like, no, I can't get out. Like I couldn't get out of the tub. I couldn't stand up. And I just wanted to pull up some of those skits, read them off because I think you guys will get a laugh out of them, and then
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
you can embellish on them because my friend, she works she's a writer, like she works in New York City. So I was gonna send them to her once I had them a little bit more worked out, but I just wrote movies for now. Okay. So the first one I wrote is Cowboy Hick, Just a Friend. So like I imagined it as there's just this like cowboy dude singing like, you say he's just a friend, you say he's just a friend, oh baby you yeah.
Oh baby, yeehaws I need. My horse
The
is
Cowboys.
just a friend. My horse is just my friend. Oh baby, you.
The next one I wrote, this was actually part of a dream I had, but then I thought about it more. It was like a never have I ever scenario where there's like one person in the group who keeps saying this like outrageous thing, like, never have I ever smoked crack in the middle of a cornfield with my uncle. Just crazy random shit. And everyone in the like group is just like a little high school group, and they're just like, yeah, neither have we.
He does it every single time, like 10 times in a row, but then he finally nails one.
Yes.
So these just like came to you while you were in the tub super high and
Yeah. Yeah, I have a bunch of them here. And then I have one, buying drugs through the decades and like how it's changed from like the 1950s to now. So
I mean, they
like
weren't buying with cryptocurrency back then.
I was thinking like in the 80s, I'm pretty sure that's when like crack cocaine was like first introduced.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big thing for a while. Still kind of is, I guess.
This is reminding me of the John Mulaney episode where he's like, "What did they do like before forensics?" Like he's like, there's a pool of the criminal's blood right over here. Mop that up. Now then, back to my hunch."
Yeah, I still wonder like how much do they use forensics in like not as big of a deal crimes? Like I don't have like a particular example, but like when would they be like, it's not worth it. Don't swap for fingerprints. Like doesn't matter.
Right. Like if you
Let-
or I were murdered, like if they'd be doing a full scale investigation.
Yeah, I mean I would hope. But like
Why?
it's something that like a minor inconvenience or something that was like stolen, but like it's not that big of a deal. Like it's only like $1,000 or $2. Like it costs more to to do the fingerprints, the manpower, and send it in and get it and everything. They're like, I just wonder, like, what's the line where it's like, nah, we're gonna not do that. Because like if someone like like stole from Walmart, whatever, a candy bar, obviously they're not gonna do it. And if someone got murdered, like yeah, they probably would do it. But like, where's the line in between where they're just like, don't check for prints. Don't look around for hair or blood or anything. Because like some of these cases get super intense where they're like, they'll rip apart the whole house. They'll, try and find fragments of dead skin in the car and everything, and like they analyze the blood splatter. But when is it just not worth it? When is it just like?
It's been tight. You want to tell us about your sickness, Nikki?
Not much to tell. I'm just kind of sick in bed these last 2 days. And it seems to be like a horrible theme for me whenever I go to a wedding lately. I always come back and call off a day
Yeah.
because I'm sick. And I feel like my boss is probably going to think I'm lying, but it's true. I'm just sick. Like, I don't know.
I
feel-
can't believe this is the 4th time you've gotten COVID. That's crazy.
Oh my God. What is it now? The Ami variant or something going around? Damn Florida.
Damn Florida.
I thought it was California that got it. No.
Oh, I don't know. I just said damn Florida because I was in Florida.
No, that's a good call. Usually damn Florida is correct.
9 times out of 10.
Florida man.
I was gonna say, I was actually thinking of the Florida man. Have you ever done the thing where like you looked up Florida man and then your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a thing going around for a while. So what's your birthday, Nikki?
October 13th, 1992.
I'm just gonna do the October 13th so we can get some.
I was gonna
results.
say Nikki just goes with the whole thing. What's your mother's
What?
maiden name and your social security number?
Shut up.
All right, you ready? You ready for yours, Nikki? So
Yeah.
this took place October 13th, 2019. Florida man accused of forcing small alligator to drink beer. Palm City,
Aw.
Florida. Authorities say they've arrested a Florida man who provoked the small alligator into biting his arm and poured beer into the animal's mouth.
Oh my God.
Commitment though, like, come on, little buddy, bite my arm so I can make sure you drink the beer. Like, how is who's winning here? Like, it sounds like just awful all around.
Mine is Florida man arrested after police say he assaulted girlfriend after she tried to throw away his pizza.
When I did this 3 years ago, I got one that was really sweet. That was like Florida man reunited with his pet cat, I think, after 10 years or something like that. Like,
Holy
Holy
cow.
crap.
it was something along those lines, but now it is not as heartwarming. Now it's like Florida man arrested during traffic stop and found to be naked with string tied to his genitals.
Yeah.
Or Florida man wrecks liquor store, blames it on a caterpillar. Florida man shoved woman to get at egg rolls, police say. So ever
Oh,
since
man.
2019, it's gotten worse and worse.
Florida man.
It's like a whole different country down there. That's the one state where I'm like, yeah, I'm just waiting for it to just break off and float away into the Atlantic Ocean.
Some guy told me that Key West in 25 years will be underwater.
I don't know what sources he's citing, but
I don't know. He's from Jersey.
Well, if he's from Jersey, you got to believe everything he says for sure. Jersey people never lie.
yeah, I know I don't.
Yeah, I think Jersey's basically Northeast Florida.
We're gonna
I
ask
mean,
Jeff.
you should hear what the people in New Jersey say about people from Pennsylvania.
What do
Oh,
they
really?
say?
Do we get bad mouth?
I mean, just more like when I was like, yeah, I'm going to school in Pennsylvania, they were like, what's out there? There's nothing. There's nothing out there in Pennsylvania. Just a bunch of hicks.
I mean, they're not wrong. We have Pennsylvania for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Pennsylvania is a pretty big state compared to New Jersey. So like, there's different geographic locations. There's near Philly, where like one of the big things New Jersey has is it's near New York or New York City. Like a lot of people in North Jersey commute. So like that's a big part of their identity. So, but for Pennsylvania, it is not, even though there is probably a very large community that commutes to Philly and a large population that commutes to Pittsburgh. There's also Penn State in the middle of there, and that's pretty Pennsylvania, I feel like.
Oh, you know what the one topic was that was actually on my mind, which I thought was curious, was that everyone's been posting their like Spotify Wrapped for the year.
Oh yeah,
And I guess like the main thing that I was going to say that I find interesting, well, I guess two bits. One was I felt this way about myself, and I'm curious if other people felt this way. Like the artists that they chose, like made sense to me. Well, I say chose. You know, the summation of the algorithm that gave them the output that was the artists they had made sense to me, which I think is like reasonable insofar as it's like, yeah, I'm sure, you know, from playing various albums quite often, I probably got a lot of, you know, plays of that artist. But in regards to like the songs themselves, I realized that I don't think I like frequently just like put on a single song because like the songs that I looked back on as like, wow, I really felt like I listened to that song a lot this year. Like it felt like none of them really hit my top five. They were more like songs that just happened to be in playlists I got that got played often, and I think that like the Spotify algorithm essentially threw them in more
yeah.
often than not. So that was, I thought, curious.
You're telling me that you don't listen to "Hooked on a Feeling" and "Boys of Summer" all the time, because those were both in your top 5, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and like I
Summer made
remember
total
hearing
sense.
them.
You
Yeah,
play
I
that
remember.
song all the time, every party, dude.
Yeah, I guess I would just be curious. I wish that they told you your plays of songs in general, because like it said that my most played song I think was like 56 or 57 times, which like doesn't even sound like that many though. Like there were some people who had like, oh my God, I remember being on like the music subreddit and there would be people with like 100,000 hours. Once again, like more so on the artist probably than the songs. I feel like that gave like a somewhat substantial insight into like what people prefer, because like sometimes it would like surprise me like in years past like the artists that would have been on there, but like overall I feel like most of the artists I'm like, yeah, I definitely jam pretty hard to like that artist, like, you know, either their whole album or a couple of albums, or just like really like a bunch of their singles or whatever. And I was thinking like, I wonder, like assuming everybody else essentially would like look back on it the same way. It's interesting because I think when you ask someone like, hey, like who are your top 3 to 5 artists, like, you know, presumably based on enjoyment or something like that, I feel like that's like hard to say, but Spotify almost like can say that for you and then can kind of give you this like insight to someone else's like musical taste that like they might not have even been able to offer you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I never want to post my Spotify rap because every single year it tells me my top artist is 21 Pilots. And I think that's like super cringe
Yeah.
to a lot of people.
What? I loved
So,
Why is
music.
that cringe? Like that artist in particular, I don't know, it seemed odd to me that you're like, this artist poses a problem.
yeah. Oh, well, I think it's 21 Pilots have been kind of like a cringy, like preteen hot topic band for the past like 5 or 6 years now.
But I
Yeah.
went to their concert. Yeah, it was a lot of like teens and preteens, but their parents who are like weirdly like our age and a little bit older, maybe a little bit older, were also very into it. They're like, yeah, this is like something we enjoy with our kids. And I don't know. I love 21 Pilots. I don't think there's any reason to be like embarrassed of it. They have good shit.
Yeah.
Bastille wasn't high on your list, Fry?
Bastille is more of just like a sexual thing. It's less of a musical thing.
I see. I mean, if I had a sexy gay lover, I'd be listening to him. Yeah. Hey, that's my thing.
Uh,
Yeah, no one's gonna Bastille that away from you.
Ah.
I was surprised that in the Spotify Wrapped, going back to that theme, they also included podcasts as part of it. And I don't know if you guys listen to like our podcast on Spotify, but of course it made it for me. And I guess all the podcasts that were on there made sense, but I also just like didn't really consider myself like an avid podcast listener. So then I was like, man, this is curious to me that like I guess like that's a bigger market though that Spotify's come into now because like I guess acquiring like the Joe Rogan podcast and whatnot, they're probably trying to get people more interested in listening to podcasts who use their platform. Because I don't remember that in years past.
No, I do too. I had the same thing, but it said my top podcast was Two Socks. What do you think is the most popular Two Socks episode that we've ever recorded?
I'm gonna guess the first one.
Yeah, I'm also tempted to say the first one, which kind of kills me because that makes me feel like it was mostly just the shock factor of the like us making a podcast, if that's the case. But
The one about the socks?
yeah, we did talk about the socks.
That one?
No. This was in season 1, Nikki. Before.
You meant the one with Emily?
Yeah. when
The
she
other
talked about
woman?
how her name was Socks.
The other woman, yeah. No, actually, the first one's not even close.
Oh wow.
I'm
All right,
gonna
take all that
say
out.
the one with Steve was pretty good.
That was the first
That
one.
was still the first one.
I take all this out, Alex. None of this. Sorry.
I think episode 1 of season 1 actually might have been the most.
I'm gonna kill myself. See, guys, this is why we need to record for like an hour and a half. Though. Like, Jesus.
No, it's funny. Keep it in.
No, I'm definitely keeping this in, Chris. This is good
No.
stuff. No, you guys are not. You're not close. Actually, it is season 1, but it's not the first episode.
Is
Not
it the
even
one
close.
with me?
So yours was the second most listened
Okay,
to in
then-
season 1.
Then I know which one it is. It's the one with Yaman.
No, not Yaman's. One in season 1 stood like 4 times as many, listeners as the other ones.
The one with Bobby?
Nope.
Dang, that was such good timing.
Bing! I have an idea. It was Bobby.
Nope.
Shut up. That's my egos being done.
It was the
Sorry.
Devin and Courtney one. Luna and the Hollow
Oh
Moon.
my god, that one was so funny.
That one has by far, or not by far, but it is our top most listened to episode in both seasons, by the way.
Yeah,
Luna
I'm
and the
not
Hollow Moon.
surprised. That one was funny.